Elder James Johnson will not run for South Carolina House District 113, formerly held by Seth Whipper. In this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups, I sit down with Elder Johnson one-on-one. And be sure to download the free Quintin's Close-Ups app in your Apple or Google Play stores. Well, Elder Johnson.
Once again, brother. Once again, we appreciate you, brother.
Anytime.
The best photographer and cameraman around.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Good.
And I know, for some reason, I was up at 9 a.m. this morning because I just got off the phone with Charlie James doing an interview with him for WTMA. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, I got a phone call from you. Mm-hmm. And you have some more breaking news to tell me.
Yeah, I wanted to tell the people why I dropped out the race for state representative. First of all, I want to thank those people who support me, like especially Wendell Gaillard, Chip Limehouse, Ed McClain, right. And those who really support me. We appreciate your support. But I feel that I needed to stay with the organization. We have built a very strong organization in the last 3 years, and the people that's in the organization didn't want me to leave the organization because I would be away for 6 months out of a year. Right. And they didn't want anybody else to take over the organization. And they felt that the organization would fail. And people all over Facebook saying what was going to happen to Nan. So I made a decision not to run. Not that I couldn't win, but I made a decision not to run. And I evaluate that position. You had people who have been in that position for 20 years, couldn't do anything. Silence, didn't do anything, but stayed there. I don't want to do that. If I can't make a difference for the people, then I don't want to be in that position at all.
You talk about position. Talk to me about the future of the Democratic Party in your mind.
The future of the Democratic Party is divided. When I say divided, you got the bougies, so-called bougies running the Democratic Party. The people that's in the community know nothing about the Democratic Party. They want certain people to run the Democratic Party, forgetting about the people in the community, and it's falling apart. Kimson wants all attorneys to be in these positions. And for years, grassroots people ran those positions and the Democratic Party. There's two Democratic parties. Right. There's the bougies Democratic Party and there's a grassroots Democratic Party. And it's killing that party. You know, I evaluate that party. When I were running, not one person from that party came to me and asked me my views. Not one. And that put a sour taste in my mouth. The Master League have been killing us for so many years. And we have to get out of that. Me, I was going to go in the State House and work across the aisle. You know, if a Republican would put money within the black community, I would switch party because it's about the people. It's not about these bougies out there who have money and want to hold this platform to make more money. It should be about the people. Mm-hmm. If somebody from the Republican Party say, Johnson, we're going to deal with the drugs and the guns in the community and the health care, and we want to do this for the black community, I would switch party. Because the Democratic Party have used the black community for so many years. And now we got the black Democrat using the black people for, just to get in elected. Our communities are falling apart. You hear the Democratic Party, you hear nobody talks about the issues within the black community. And it's enough is enough. I'll say it again. I'll switch party. If people want to put money in the community to help my people, I would do it tomorrow.
Obviously, you're not running for the House District 113, which was formerly held by State Representative Seth Whipper. Yes. Obviously, Marvin Pendarvis is in, and I believe Chris Collins is as well.
I don't know if Chris registered or not. Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, on the Republican side, that is, we're going to have someone running on that side. Mm-hmm. What do you think of the future of the House District 113 in your mind?
There's no future with them. Simply, there's never been. As long as Seth Whipper been in that position, you tell me what have gotten done since he's been in that position. Tell me what he have done, because it's Republican control, the House. It's a Republican. I'll give you a good example. I was told by Chip Linehouse that there were $9 million allocated for the Black Museum here in Charleston.
Okay.
A state senator, I'm not calling his name, made some Republican mad, and they didn't get the money. And I was told that since that state senator was so angry and mad, the Republican pulled the money, didn't vote for it.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? The future for the Democratic Party, what did the Democratic Party come out and tell the black people, people in the Democratic? Nothing. They do nothing. And it's time for a change. It really is time for a change. You know.
And you talk about change. Obviously, there's a debate going on right now about the removal of certain monuments in different historic cities around the South.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at that, what sticks out to you?
Well, you know, we have several monuments here
Sure.
in the Battery and around Charleston. I don't have a problem with the monument. What I have a problem with is that they don't tell the truth about the so-called hero or the monument's person here. If they will be fair about it and tell how many slaves they own, right next to the monument. This man owned 120 slaves. He killed 55. You know, he were for slavery. You know, he fathered black children. They don't tell the whole story. So if they don't want to tell the whole story about slavery and these so-called heroes, then we want it down. We want to remove it. Let's be fair. These people are no heroes. They are not.
Who are the heroes in your mind?
Who are the heroes in my mind? People who help the least of them. It don't have to be Martin Luther King or Barack Obama, the least of them, the ordinary people are the heroes. I got a call last week, Quincy, from a professor from Clapton College, Dr. Hill. You know, they're flying the Confederate flag there in Orangeburg, where the city's 85% black. You know, Messenger deeded a piece of the land to the Confederates, Sons of Confederate. They called me, Dan, down there to help them remove that flag. We have a press conference on the 21st of July there, and a demonstration with the students and the people of Columbia there on the 29th to remove that flag. It's a slap in the face of a city that's 85% black and a Confederate flag is flying in there. It's all because of the Confederate flag came down in Columbia. They want to rub this in their face. But we won't stop until that flag comes down. If we have to boycott every business in the city of Orangeburg, we will boycott them. And the people of Orangeburg ready. Professor Hill told me that the kids cannot move forward until that flag is down. We had the massacre there of those black people that got killed in South Carolina State. It's a slap in the face. And we won't sit back and allow that to happen.
Let me get you back here to North Charleston, to the National Action Network's Children Protests Against Local Gun Violence. Obviously, you, along with members of NAN and several North Charleston kids, actually wanted to, really a one-on-one with North Charleston Mayor Keith Summey and Police Chief Jiggers. Both were out of the office for the day. You said this inside the mayor's office, quote, "These kids deserve an answer from the leader of this city, and that is Mayor Summey. He said he is the leader of this city. We want answers from him. These kids want to know what he's going to do about the guns, and we think it's poor leadership that he's not here to greet these kids." When you think of the future of North Charleston and the kids and what's going on now with crime, where does your mind go to?
My mind goes to that the crime will not stop until the leader of the city, which is Mayor Summey and the city councilman, say enough is enough. We're going to throw everything at dealing with these guns in the community. I'll give you a good example.
Okay.
Mayor Summey put $7.3 million within Westcott Plantation, which is exclusive community. $7.3 million within those communities can really, really make a big difference. We have community centers there that can help no more than 30 kids. We don't have a gymnasium for our teenagers to go after school or play ball or discover themselves by the arts and whatever they're singing or dancing. We got none of that stuff. The kids hang on the street. Where's the guns? On the street. There's no safe place for these kids to go, especially teenagers. Oh yeah, we got programs, they got programs for 3 and 4 and 5 years old. Nothing for teenagers within the city of North Charleston. And we're not gonna take this anymore. Mayor Summy has 20 years in that city. 20 years, and if anybody in that city can tell me what he really put in the black community, I wanna know. I wanna know. And I can't put it all on Mayor Summy. We got some no good city councilmen in the city of North Charleston. How could somebody in good conscience vote for $7.3 million to go in and seclude the rich community and vote for nothing to go in their community? There got to be some kind of compromise there. Mayor, if you're going to put $7 million in that community, let's give us $4 or $5 million. No compromising from these city councilmen. But the people better wake up. In 20 years of most of those councilmen been in the seat, the city of North Charleston went backwards, not forward, backwards. They've been more detrimental to the community than they've been good.
Barney Blakeney of the Chronicle newspaper, that is, wrote the following on July 12th. He said this quote, North Charleston Mayor Keith Summy last week fired back at National Action Network officials who charged that the city's administration is the primary culprit responsible for the unprecedented numbers of murders in the city. Of the city's 23rd murders to date in 2017, 21 victims are black. South Carolina NAN Director Elder James Johnson has asked that the city invest $7 million in police and recreational resources for the underserved communities where violent crime runs rampant. Some responded that municipal government can't raise black children. While there are those who chide Summy for the remarks, many also say the assertion is accurate. How accurate is that?
It's not accurate at all. We're not asking Mayor Summy to raise our kids. We never did. We wanted him to be fair. That's all we want him to be. Be fair to the kids. If West Plantation can have a state-of-the-art baseball complex there with computer battings and all that, and swimming pools and walking trails, why can't Academy have the same thing? That's all we asking him, to be fair. We don't want nobody raising our kids. And how could he compare 1950 during the Jim Crow era with 2017? That's a slap in the face. There were white privilege back there. He forgot, you know, and just like they're white privilege now. And he's showing that when he put that kind of money within the white community, he put nothing in the black community. Is it white privilege there? All we want is our fair share. We pay taxes in that city. We want our kids deserve just as much as any white kids deserve. We deserve that. Those kids deserve that. And they said it today. You know, if Mayor Summy community was having gunfire every night, you think the police wouldn't be on every corner? It would be. Why not put a substation in Dorchester Terrace and Wheeling? It would deter the crime in there. The $7 million would help. What kind of grant has Mayor Summy tried to write to improve the community? What kind of redevelopment is in the black community? He spent X amount of $1 million in Park Circle down there, you know, and put nothing within the black community. Check the records. Up north, there's millions of dollars that's being spent today up north near Latson, up there. What is being spent in the black community? The south side don't even have a grocery store. So you tell me he is fair? He's not fair at all. He should be ashamed of himself. You know? And he cannot get elected without black folks. He cannot. And he has ignored himself for 20 years.
When you think of Mayor Summy's relationship with the African American community, what goes to your mind?
He only have a relationship with certain leaders within the community. The people within the community, he don't have a relationship with them. The police chief don't have a relationship with them. What he do is he buy off those leaders who he know that they can get 5,000 vote out of the black community and they can vote for him. But the other 50,000 people, he has no relationship with at all.
You talk about the right person. Let me go back to the House District 113. Who's that ideal person in your mind that you'll say, hey, I'll go and back this person. I'll support this person. I'll walk the areas of Liberty Hill and Latin and whatnot for.
No, I don't see anybody I would do that for right now. Simply because I know the person that's running in that district right now was planned since January. You see, our problem is that we put people in office because we are friends of those people, not that they are effective to make change. It's because they are friends of ours. And we fight as hard as we can because they're our friend. But we have, nobody for that district has a background in that district of helping people. Nobody. You know, not at all. They want a platform. They will get a platform. They want a platform to raise money. That's fine, because they cannot be effective. You know, so I wouldn't support none right now. I'll be serious with you. I wouldn't support anybody in that district now. None.
Well, Elder James Johnson, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate this.
I appreciate you, brother.
Anytime.
Tell them like it is.